everybody, it's Megan Riley and Mike McGuigan. We're really excited to offer this class. It's Saturday at noon, the virtual festival for Blue Ox 2020. We're really excited. We're going to offer you some sound healing, some yoga, some breath work and meditation, just like we do at the festival. It's just coming to you virtually. This will be a 45-minute practice. You're more than welcome to grab a yoga mat and a blanket. You're more than welcome to sit and meditate the entire 45 minutes or join us in practice. For those of you who have had the honor of practicing with us each year at Blue Ox, this is a soul journey very directly, but it's also about celebrating community. And so right now, as not only a festival community, but as a global community, there is a lot of disconnection. And so this practice today is intended to bring us the feeling of connection, to bring us a feeling of peace, definitely a feeling of solidarity, but most of all, liberation. And the word moksha in Sanskrit means liberation. So I want this practice to be a tool for you to liberate from any stress, from any tension, from any uncertainty. Just take this time, this 45 minutes, knowing that we're together, and really focus inward on yourself. While we know that music and live festivals and gathering are one of the things that we use to soothe our soul, to heal our souls, this practice also is. And so it's important that you not only honor your love of music this weekend during the virtual festival, but that you also honor the self-care. And self-care comes through such things as a healthy diet and getting out in the sun and engaging in positive relationships, but also, as we know, through yoga, breath work, and meditation. We're going to bring in the 1-2, of course, with the sound healing. Many of you know that the backdrop of sound during a practice will elevate the experience, and that's where we want to go together today. So I would love for you to give a little bit of background sound with the hand pan. Mike's going to weave in and out of sound here, and I would just ask you now, as we begin to practice, to come to a comfortable seat. You can sit cross-legged, or if it's more comfortable for you to sit on the knees. Once you're in your comfortable posture, please either close the eyes or come to a soft gaze at the earth. Sit upright with integrity through the posture. Express a sense of security. Express a sense of certainty in this posture. The hands can be resting either palms face up if you need to receive in today's practice, or palms face down if you need to feel more grounded through today's practice, on the lap, on the legs. With the hands resting on the legs and the spine upright and the eyes soft, begin to breathe in and out of the nose. The breath travels in through the nose and then out of the nose. Without any direction beyond that, allow the breath to be the bridge between the body and the mind. The mantra is one that is very simple. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. As the breath continues and the posture is steady, the mind becomes more present and more still. We bring the mind to the place of this moment, which we have dedicated to community and solidarity and peace and liberation. Join the hands together at the heart space in Anjali or prayer mudra, and bow in with a tender sense of reverence and respect to this ancient science of yoga. Allow the muscles of the face to remain soft, the skin between the shoulder blades to melt down the back, and allow the energetic illumination of the crown and heart to increase as the breath continues steadily in and out of the nose. As we're joined together through Sankalpa, this shared intention of community, solidarity, peace, and liberation, let us join our voices together for one round of Om Shanti 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 He, blessings of peace. Please inhale and exhale fully. Inhale for mantra. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Take a full purifying breath. Release the hands, open the eyes. Now that we feel centered and connected, we'll move through our asana practice. This will be a very basic yoga practice designed to just liberate the body, liberate the muscles and the bones, and bring movement in a time when we maybe haven't been moving as much as normal. So I'd like to invite you to come now to your hands and knees. With your hands situated, wrists under shoulders, knees situated under the hips. Bring the spine to a neutral posture and bring the gaze just between the fingers. With the spine neutral, don't allow the belly to hang. Draw up and fill into the kidneys. Feel the neck nice and long and roll the shoulder blades down the back. 3 times on your inhalation, look to the horizon, lift the tailbone, lengthen the belly. On your exhalation, root the tailbone, draw the gaze towards the knees and pull the back of the heart up. Do this 4 more times. Inhaling for your cow spine and exhaling for your cat spine. Inhale, open and illuminate the front of the heart, the ego. Exhale, open the back of the heart, the universal connection. 2 more rounds. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Widen the knees, bring the big toes together. Sit back on the heels. The knees will be wide here. Get this nice rooted down feeling, creating a foundation in the pose. Bring the fingertips like tents forward. Draw the chin to neutral and feel the low back start to wake up. For some of us with limited range of motion, this might be the full expression. Otherwise, walk the hands forward. You might come to forearms as a second level expression. Neck should be long, chin should be neutral, breathing in and out of the pose continuously. If you have a deeper expression in child's pose, fists can stack or arms can outstretch. Settle into Balasana pose of the child and take 3 full rounds of breath. Complete the last breath, rising on the inhalation, drawing the hands back, coming forward, clicking the toes under. Hands are under shoulders, stretch your right leg back nice and long, press through the heel. Spin the inner groin muscles back, liberating any tension in the lower two chakras, and feel length along the back of that right leg. Take one more breath. Lift that right leg, bring it out to the side of the hip and parallel the foot. Root down through the right hand, inhale the left arm up, exhale, thread the needle. That left hand moves towards the right foot, lower the cheek. Your right hand becomes your anchor. Stretch away at the left fingertips, pull in at the left shoulder, breathe into the back body. Root through the outer blade of the right foot, spin the inner groin muscles back isometrically. One more breath. Using your right hand, press into the earth to rise in support. Hands underneath the shoulders. Right leg comes back to the stretch. Hands and knees. Bring your knees and feet close together. Sit back on the heel in hero's pose. Release the hands on either side of the hips. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. And last time, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands through to the heart. Engaging the core, hands come to thighs, press into the thighs, rock up. From here, stretch the right leg out and either click the right toes up or turn the toes forward. Inhale the left arm up, and as you exhale, stretch the right fingers down the lateral side of that right leg. Take a side bend. Chin is neutral, left body is long, right body is long. One more breath. On your inhalation, come back to neutral. Hands will either come to hips or they'll come behind on the sacrum. Elbows draw in, zip the pubic bone up, root the tailbone. Either stay here and just slowly peel back, or if you'd like more of a back bend, interlace fingers, straighten the arms away, draw the gaze up, but don't force the neck into compression. Lean back through the back of the head. One full breath. On your inhalations, you're going to sweep the arms up and overhead. On your exhalation, sweep the arms back, palms face down, and hover an inch above the earth in a child's pose. Variation. Inhale on the rise, find length. Exhale on the fold. And one last time, inhale up. And exhale on the fold. Feel the core strong, root through feet and knees, hands to hips, rise up. Come back to all fours once again. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. This time the left leg will go out to the side, straight to the side of the hip. I'm leaning it forward so you can see it. Bring it back so it's to the side of the hip. Turn the toes forward so that the foot is parallel to the long end of the mat. Root through the left hand. Inhale the right arm up. Palm face up. Exhale, thread the needle. Use your left hand as an anchor. Take 3 breaths. Left hand to earth, press back up. Stretch that left leg nice and long behind you. Press through the heels. Spin the inner groin backs evenly in left and right leg. Nice full breath here. Take one more full round of breath. Draw the knee in, hands to hips. Come up on to the knees. 3 times. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart. Keep the pelvis neutral, keep the side body long. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, hands to heart. Bring that left leg out, Parigasana or your gate pose, side B. Stretch the leg nice and long to the side of the hip socket, and then turn the toes forward. If that's not possible, flick the toes up. Left fingers extend on the leg, right arm stretches up. Drop the shoulder into the socket. As you exhale, engage the abdominals and corset the ribs. On your inhalation, find length in your side expression. And as you exhale, settle. Allow the breath to bring in that peace. Allow the breath to bring in that liberation. One more breath. On your inhalation, come out of the pose. Bring the knees together, and this time preparing for a downward facing dog. Crawl the hands forward, curl the toes under, knees are at a hip distance. Lift the tailbone, drop the chin towards a neutral position and release the crown. Knees can be bent, tailbones high. Ears are situated between the arms. Take 3 breaths. Only if it is not by force, you can spin the inner thighs back to create a straight leg expression. Deep inhalations, full exhalations. Take this inhalation and this exhalation. Inhale to plank. Left knee comes down under hip. Open onto the inner right foot and right hand on hip. Modified side plank. You can stay here and take 3 breaths so you can stretch the arm past the ear, maybe lift and press the leg away. If you'd like, spin the gaze up. Don't lift the chin from neutral. Express through the back of the skull. One more breath. Liberate that whole side body. Bringing that hand down and the leg through. Downward facing dog. Curl the toes, lift the hips. Align the ears through shoulder rotation between the arms. Press the ball mounds of all the toes into the earth. Only if the back of the legs are not forcing, press the inner thighs through the pose to come to straighter legs. Inhale, plank. Exhale, knees. Stretch the left leg back. Roll to the inner left foot. Use the right knee for support. Stay here and breathe, or stretch the left arm past the ear. Maybe lifting the left leg. If you lift the left leg, press it through. Stretch the left fingers away from the left foot. One more breath. Liberating that whole left side body. Inhale to exit. Cross the ankles and roll back to a seated posture. Good. Hands come to knees and take hip circles. 3 circles one direction. And then 3 circles the opposite direction. Feel this in the shoulders, feel this in the sacrum where we trap emotions. Good. Come up through center and switch the cross of the legs. Bring your right hand across to your left knee and your left hand behind you as an anchor. Press that left hand up to help you lift the spine. Keep the chin neutral. Use the right hand to anchor onto the knee. As you inhale, feel the belly swell with breath. As you exhale, a gentle twist, drawing navel center back towards the spine. Do not force the gaze behind you. Deep in breath. Complete out breath. One more breath. Keeping the right hand where it is. Turn the gaze over the right shoulder. Stretch the left arm past the ear. Look down at the right knee. Deep in breath. Complete out breath. When you come out, the left arm, elbow comes on top of the right. Either hug around to your own shoulder blades, or if you have deeper shoulder openings, go into your eagle arms. Elbows are up, but plug the shoulders in. Root the sits bones and the tailbone to feel Feel more space between the shoulder blades. Move the forearms or the fingers away from the body. Stay here 3 times, cat-cows. Inhaling, opening the front of the heart. Exhale to open the back of the heart. When we inhale and open the front of the heart, we offer love. When we exhale and open the back of the heart, we receive love. Inhale to neutral, open the arms out to the side, release the fingertips to the earth, walk the fingertips away. Right arm stretches past the ear, side bend. Inhale to travel, left arm stretches past the ear, side bend. Inhale, come out of the pose. Left arm on top of right. Stay there or bring the arms into eagle. Elbows at a shoulder height, plug the shoulders in. Stay here or take 3 cat-cows. Left arm comes to right knee, right hand is behind you. Nice and tall, sit up. Inhale, expand the belly. Exhale, contract and twist. Inhale, expand. Exhale, activate. Complete this breath, keeping the left hand on the right knee. Stretch the right arm past the ear. One more breath. Right arm on top of left again. Inhale, open the arms, left arm on top of right. Open the arms. Release the hands, rock over the knees, and come once again to a downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward and wide. Forward about 2 feet. Walk the hands back. Bend into the knees. Bring the elbows onto the thighs. Knees are wide enough so that when you settle in a sense of peace to the space between the hips. With the hands in prayer, don't let the belly hang. Draw the belly in, fill the kidneys. Let the heart illuminate to slide shoulder blades down the back. Drishti, or focal point, is at the fingertips. Stay here for 3 more breaths. If you have more access to a deeper squat, come into Malasana. Upper arms come in between the inner thighs, but don't hunch into the pose. Anchor by pressing the back of the arms onto the inner legs to the back of the arms, nice and tall. Take 3 breaths. Feel the peace of presence come through each breath. Know that we are breathing in and out together as a virtual community in an effort to feel connected. This practice is our self-care. And these things in combination will lift the vibration, not only for us as an individual, but as our collective community. Fingertips come out of the pose. If you're in Malasana, let's join our friends back on the thighs. Hands come to the thighs. Press up to a standing posture. Once you're in your standing posture, widen the feet just enough so you can turn the feet out slightly. Hands, thumbs into the inner thighs. Try not to sink into the shoulders here. Root through the tailbone, zip up through the pubic bone. Use the arms as a guidepost for length. Deep in-breath. As you exhale, twist to the right and don't just drop this left shoulder. Use the navel center to engage the twist. Inhale, travel. Exhale, twist. Inhale, travel. Exhale, twist. One more time, each direction. Watch that belly. Root through the tailbone. When you root through the tailbone, you create a strong foundation. And this increases your sense of security. Hands on thighs, press up until the legs are straight. heel toe your feet in until you are either at a hip distance apart, or if you have a more advanced practice, you can bring the ball mounds of the big toes together, heels slightly apart. From here, arms are next to the hips. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Either keep them shoulder distance or interlace the fingers. Deep in-breath to find length. Exhale, find your side bend to the right. Stay here or lift the gaze, or shift the weight to the left leg and bring the right toes out or the right toes to fly. Inhale, lower the leg, posture to neutral. Split the hands. On your next out breath, bend in or bend through the knees, spin the inner groin back, sink into chair pose. 2 breaths. Find the strength in the core through this chair pose. Strengthen the legs. Strengthen our community. Strengthen our connection. Inhale, rise. Exhale, round the arms back. Hands stay at hips. Inhale, lift and roll the shoulders back. Exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Shoulder distance or interlace. Exhale to your left. Stay here or lift the gaze. Maybe the left toes go out like a kickstand, or maybe lifted and balanced. Deep in-breath coming out of the pose. Split the hands. Exhale, Utkatasana, your chair pose. Strength within, strength without. Creating peace through security. Inhale, half full. Bring the hips into an L. Exhale, fingertips just under the knees. Inhale, lift like you're back bending, opening the heart. Exhale, either fold in a little bit or hands can come behind calves and elbows at the IT bands. Inhale, hands to thighs or just under the knees. Press into your L pose and keep rising to standing. From the center of the mat, widen the feet, preparing for warrior. Feet are parallel on each leg, hands at hips. Turn the right toes out or right heel in. For those of you who have a regular practice, you might widen the feet enough so that when you bend the knee, it does not go beyond the ankle. Back leg is straight and strong. Hands can stay on hips, gaze goes over the right knee. Stay here or introduce the arms at a shoulder height and stretch them away, especially at the ring finger on each hand. The ring finger is connected to the heart chakra. Stretch through each ring finger so that at the center of your chest, your heart is illuminated and activating in this very strong pose. It is time for us as a species to be strong, but to do it through love. One more breath. Turn the right palm up. Rest the left hand on the back leg, straighten the front leg. Inhale to your reverse warrior. Gaze can be straight forward at the horizon, or you can lift it. Reach out of the right hip. Deep in breath, complete out breath. Back to your warrior 2. Virabhadrasana 2. Strength, steadfast, and heart illuminated. Hands at hips. Straighten the right leg. Turn the toes in. Left toes come out. Create a foundation wide enough so that you can express Virabhadrasana 2 or Warrior 2 fully. The knee is aligned over the ankle. If you have less access to opening the hips, shorten the stance. Then when it gets there, it won't be as much for the inner groin. Arms at a shoulder height. Gaze over the front fingertips. Breathe in that sense of strength. That sense of strength building our community. Breathe in the peace of the pose. One more breath. Left hand palm face up. Right hand on the back, on the side of the right leg, straighten left leg. Reverse Virabhadrasana. Arm can come straight up. Gaze can follow. You can stretch as deeply as you'd like. Don't collapse into the right kidney. One more full breath. Deep in breath. Complete out breath. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Hands to hips. Turn the left toes in, straighten the legs. Option A is to bend into the knees here, which means you might need to turn the heels in. Option B is to keep the legs straight, coming into a 90-degree hip hinge. So if the knees are bent, you have to press them back behind you. Don't let them wobble in. You have to turn the toes out. Stretch the hands forward. Bow in. This is like a goddess pose in the lower body and a down dog in the upper. If you'd rather have more of a forward fold than a hip opener, straighten the legs and bow in like a down dog upper body. 3 breaths. After the 3rd breath, walk the hands back. Lunge into your right leg. Step back into a plank. From your plank, lower your knees, keeping the elbows hugging into the side body, lower to your belly. Keep the gaze straight down. Align the thumbs with the breast line. Hug the elbows in. Gaze is straight down. Miniature cobra. Press the tops of the feet into the earth and just curl up a little as you inhale. Exhale there. Take a deep in-breath. Exhale, lower. If you want to go deeper or straighten the arms more, draw the thumbs under the breast line. Hug the elbows in. Gaze is down. Inhale, press up to maybe straighter arms. If not, take that low cobra. Inhale here, exhale. Inhale again. Exhale, lower. One more round. Do low, medium, or high. If you're going to do a higher version of the pose, draw the thumbs back a little bit more. Roll the shoulders under the ears. Shoulder blades slide down the back. Inhale, begin to lift, straighten the arms. Maybe some of us do an up dog, bringing knees off the earth and sliding the hips closer between the hands. Neck is long, full breath. Knees to earth. Widen the knees. Do not go back to a child's pose. Curl the toes under, sit in catcher's pose. 3 breaths. After these 3 breaths, come forward just so that you can swing the legs over to the side. Coming back to your seated posture, if you'd like, bring a blanket underneath the knees. I'm gonna do a time check here. All right, we're at a half hour. We've got 15 more minutes with you. We're gonna do a small seated sequence, and then we'll come to our back for a final relaxation. So for now, I'd like for you to come to a seated posture. If you have a challenging time sitting upright in postures, if that's hard on the low back or the upper back or the hips, then definitely elevate with a blanket. Coming into a very classic or traditional yogic expression, Baddha Konasana, or a bound angle pose. Bring the bottoms of the feet together. Some of you might look like your knees are way up here. Let's move the heels slightly away from the groin if that's the case. If you have a more seasoned practice and open hips, feel free to draw the heels in closer. Let the outer kneecaps rest towards the earth. Let the sit bones and the tailbone root into the earth. Rise through the crown, neck is long. Chin is neutral. Breath is steady. Do not create force in the expression of this pose. Use the inhalation to gather prana, or life force energy, and use the exhalation to bring a sense of peace to that prana. Stay here if you'd like to awaken the low back, lengthen the muscles around the sacrum, or just simply increase the intensity of the posture. Start to hinge at the hips. That doesn't mean that we pull the back of the heart behind us. Illuminate the front of the heart. This is representative of the ego. And it doesn't mean that the ego is not in check if the heart is illuminated. It means that we are confident, we are full of peace, we are balanced, we are well, and we want to offer our light. We've done the work to illuminate the heart within, and now we offer it in peace to our brothers and sisters. Take one more breath, do not force the pose, settle into it. On your inhalation, exhalation, rise the buoyancy of the breath upward. Hold on to the outer knees. Draw them in slowly to release the groin. Move the heels away slightly so that you can hold the back of the thighs. Hold the inner thighs, peel them back, lift the heart space. Stay here and just feel exalted in this pose, or walk the feet back, lift the heels, and come into a boat pose, You can keep peeling the inner thighs to help you lift the heart space, or if the core can support you, you can remove the arms. You can remove the bent knees and you can straighten the legs. 3 more breaths. Find balance. Balance is what brings peace. 1 more breath. When you come out, if you have the legs, reverse the pose to bent knees. Hold the thighs. This time, bring the right leg out. Bend the left leg in, Janu Shirshasana. Option A, fold forward in the pose, chin neutral. Option B, turn the pose into a twist and lengthen over that isolated right leg that is straight. You can use your left hand on your outer leg. Chin is neutral, neck is long. 1 more breath. Come through to center, hands behind you, thumbs are forward so that you get external rotation of the upper arms and open the heart. You can stay here and breathe, or you can root down through just that left hand, lift the right arm, lift up off of the hips and back bend. Release, and switch sides. Right leg in, left leg out. Organize the foundation, organize the posture, take responsibility for the self, and either stay upright and fold forward at the center, or you can walk across, take that right hand to the outer left calf, pull in on it so that you can twist against it. Chin is neutral, breath is full. Deep in breath, complete out breath. 1 more, always ending on that exhalation, and then inhaling on the rise. Hands behind, thumbs forward, external rotation, opening the chest, or rooting through the right hand, lifting the left, pointing the toes away, and release. Bring the leg in, tip of index finger and thumb together, palm face up, Janu Mudra. Receive any last offering from the space around you, from the environment around you, from the intent of those who may be sharing this practice with you literally in your space. But certainly receive the collective energy from our virtual community. Take this breath and 3 more. Softly surrender. We're going to come onto the back. We're going to do a few simple moves. I'm putting my blanket right here, which will catch my head in a moment. I'm going to move back to it. When you come to your back, don't put your head on the blanket for now. Hold the thighs, slowly roll back until you can rest with your head on the earth. This will be your Shavasana pose in a few moments when we rest ultimately. Head will be on the blanket. A few closing postures first. Bend the knees, feet to earth. Draw the left knee into the chest. If that is too challenging, draw it to the outer rib cage. Only if the inner groin and low back can handle it, flick the right toes up, press the right heel away, leg is straight. Take this breath and 1 more. Keep the chin neutral, keep the back of the heart resting into the earth. Neck and low back are curved away. Left foot goes on floor. Right knee comes in. Draw it in towards the rib cage, the right belly, or if you need more space, widen that knee over to the outer rib cage. Stay here or flick those left toes up and press the leg away. Draw the right knee in just as much as you press the left leg away or left foot into the floor. Instead of releasing the right leg down, this time draw the left leg back in. Both knees are now on the outer rib cage. Stay here and rock, or reach through the inner legs over the feet into the outer blade of the feet. You can either stay here in a sort of floating Baddha Konasana, or you can orient the bottoms of the feet to the sky and pull down so that the knees move closer to the earth, the shoulders plug into the sockets, and we're in Ananda Balasana, the blissful baby. You can rock here as well. Release the heels, slowly guide the feet to the earth. Goalpost the arms. Widen the feet and knees. Deep in-breath, exhale knees to left like a windshield wiper. The inner thighs are not stacked. Inhale, move through center. Exhale, windshield wiper to the right. 2 more times. Inhale, travel. Exhale to surrender the twist. Inhale, travel. Exhale to the twist. Do this 1 more time on each side. After this last round, to end our practice, do 1 more neutral posture. You can simply keep the feet to the earth and knock the knees in, widening the feet, taking a few breaths. You could alternatively bring the hands underneath either side of the sacrum, pressing the legs straight up to the earth or to the sky, allowing the blood to move down through the extremities, the legs, and into the pelvis. Last option, perhaps you want to hug the knees in nice and tight, getting that compression between the tops of the thighs and the belly. Maybe even crunching up further, eyeballs to knees. Our last posture today is Shavasana, the pose of the corpse. Legs will go straight. Blanket may come under the head. Palms face up, arms away from the body so that air can circulate through the armpit. Very important for the lymphatic system during Shavasana. Take several breaths here. Escaping deeper with each breath into relaxation. Continue in Shavasana, final relaxation pose. I'll be offering a few rounds of the liberation chant. Enjoy the sound, these ancient syllables that offer peace, happiness, and freedom to all. Allowing your Shavasana, your corpse pose, to bring you deeper and deeper into relaxation with each breath. All tensions are released. Radical presence, resting in the heart, quieting the mind, and allowing that pranic life force energy to flow with ease through every cell of the body. Lokaha samasta sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samasta sukhi Breathe from within. Breath awakens mind. Mind observes the body. Aware of your physical environment and your space within it. Allow each breath to awaken you from this relaxation state, this pose of the corpse. Enjoy the breath. Deepen the breath. Establish equanimity in the inhalation and exhalation. Begin moving through the fingers and the toes. Perhaps open and close the jaw. Maybe stretch the arms overhead, hands away from feet, arms away from legs, tailbone away from crown, breathing fully into the belly, the heart, the entire torso. And as you're ready, in your own time, in your own way, slowly coming back up to a seated posture. When you rise into your seated posture, rise into your identity. Sit firmly in your truth and place one hand at your heart and one hand to the earth. This mudra, Bhumi Sparsha mudra, with one hand at the heart and one hand at the earth, is an earth witness mudra. And it gives us the opportunity to offer any love, any compassion, any intention from our heart space to anything, any being, or all things and all beings outside of us. Take this moment in the breath to create this offering from within to without. And then, as always, where peace always dwells and is initiated, draw both hands to your heart. Softly touch each of your 10 fingers to the opposite, a small space at the very center of your heart, or at your very center of your hands, never closing off that heart space energetically. Bow in. The chant of liberation that I shared with you during Shavasana means, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and freedom for all beings. It is my hope, it is Mike's hope, it is the hope of us in combination with the entire Blue Ox community, musicians, employees, fans, all of us in combination, that we can experience just a small bit of connection this weekend in our virtual festival. We have the highest of hopes that our festival will take place at its rescheduled time at the end of August. And whether it does or it doesn't matter. The most important thing is that you keep doing this self-care, this work, to keep you in a space of peace. And that will allow you to step out into the world, create connections, create solidarity, and that ultimately will bring you the peace that will bring liberation for all, moksha. Let's seal this practice with one round of Om, the sacred sound utterance that connects all things and all beings everywhere. Bow into your heart. One round of Om. Please inhale and exhale fully. Inhale for Om. Deep in breath. Complete out breath. Release the hands, open the eyes. Me and Mike are gonna crawl in and say peace and love to all of you. You're one of our favorite communities. We love practicing with you. We love sound healing with you. We're coming from our home studio, my home studio, one of the many places that Mike offers sound healing at Bloom in St. Charles, Illinois. Thank you so much to the owner for letting us use this magical space. And we just love and miss you all. And I hope that this brought you some peace in practice today. Peace, Blue Ox.
Blue Ox, we
love
miss you. We miss you. We are going to see you again soon.
Stay connected.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.